A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this video. You can become a Patreon of my content. The link is given in the description box and that will help you to support all this lovely content that I share for you all. For one-on-one sessions, energy readings, tarot readings, and karmic release therapy, narcissistic abuse therapy, chakra alignment therapy, all of these lovely therapies, the information is given in the description box. Once you go through it, you can write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com. In case you plan to get a reading from me, then kindly do not share anything in advance. In therapy is absolutely okay, but in reading it is not. Otherwise, the information interferes with the reading. You can get my book In the Name of Love, A Journey of Finding Your Ultimate Soulmate. I wrote this book with divine as well as supernatural intervention to help the present and upcoming collective of twin flame star seeds and light workers in their ascension journey and to ease out their pain and their suffering or confusion about unconditional love. Most people get into spiritual ascension and learn a lot of their life lessons because of failed relationships. Why are they in these failed relationships? In this collective reading, I'm going to talk about why you suffer the way you suffer, why you feel that you're not in your full potential, and why all of these experiences happen to you in your life or they're still happening to you. For some, you have started seeing everything as very positive and some you're working on it. And it's okay. Wherever you are, it's okay because no matter where you are, eventually what matters is the contribution that you give to this plane before you leave this planet. Everyone has a return ticket reserved. Every single person out here has to leave this planet, has to go from here. So no matter what we do, it should never be only about materialistic things. It should be about your ascension and how you're going to contribute to this place. Every single person who's in contract over here is here to contribute. Now, why do a lot of people feel weak? Why do a lot of people cannot kill their ego? Why do a lot of people suffer? Why are they so miserable? Whether it is good or bad, whether it is being super empathetic or bringing in the narcissism that is given to us by the parents, all of these issues and many more is because of the programming. Everything that you're going through right now is because of the programming. Now there is a simulation that is your natural simulation that you're supposed to be in and you're supposed to flourish in it. And you're supposed to not only be yourself but also automatically then inspire other people. You're here to awaken your Merkabic field. You are here to awaken your avatar self. But many people are not able to do that. They're not able to do that. They struggle in real life. They struggle a lot in their dreams also. And actually there's a big connection in your waking world and in your dream world. There is a conscious part of you and there's a subconscious part of you. And it happened because most of you were programmed, heavily programmed by the adults around you. Most of you received incorrect upbringing. And this is not to blame those people who raised you. This is not to blame our people who raised us. Because they also got upbringing from someone else and someone else got upbringing from someone else. But eventually, you landed into this pool of energy or you landed into this place where you feel so many times that things have not been just fair onto you. When you got programmed by the education system, by the society, by the adults around you, they created this energy around you which made you feel unsafe, unprotected, and unacknowledged. Love and all of that is a different thing. We'll not talk about it right now because, of course, some of them loved you and some of them always thought, they still think that they have done everything with your best interest into it. They do not realize that probably wasn't really good for you. But they felt that way. Somebody has done narcissistic abuse therapy with me, and after doing the therapy, they had this really strong urge of going up to their mother and telling their mother that, mother, this was not the right thing you did with us while we were growing up. And I think I just felt like letting you know that, and it was a big problem. Like, it was not a small thing. It was something to do with the child getting molested and the mother not taking a stand for the child and something like that. It was not very simple. And yet the mother kept arguing with the child. I mean, child has now grown up into an adult, with their kid, that no, I did not do anything wrong. I was not aware. I did not know. And why you didn't tell me on time? You didn't tell me at the right time. So the person who had gotten this therapy from me said that, well, I told you much later, but what did you do even after that? Nothing. And as we grow up, we don't want much. We just want parents to console with us. We just want parents to feel our pain. But the parents are always, in these cases, parents are also always trying to prove to the child that, we did the best for you, but they somehow ignore that the child is still in pain. The child is still in pain, the child is still suffering, and the child only wants the parent to say, sometimes maybe, I'm sorry, and I did not know any better. Even if they say that, I did not know any better, and I do realize that, all of this put you in pain, you must have been hurt, I was not there to address it for you. In some cases, the parents can admit that, I was weak at that time, or I still don't understand it that way. Some of the parents themselves had gone through some kind of abuse in their life. Some of the parents had themselves gone through some kind of traumatic situation. So those parents overprotected the child. They loved the child and made the child very arrogant, very overprivileged, and those children are also unhappy with the parents. I mean, think about it. If somebody had a question with me that, my mother treated me badly and I am so upset with her even today, if I go and try to have a conversation with her, even if I tell her that all of these situations hurt me, she completely ignores my pain and she starts saying that she did right. She was not wrong. She still doesn't say that, oh, I'm so sorry to hear what you went through. Oh, it must have been so difficult for you. Oh, you must have been so scared. Come on, child, let me give you a hug. Let me ease you out from this pain. If the parents do these simple things also, the child would actually forgive them very easily. And most children who are now adults are not able to forgive their parents, their narcissistic mother or narcissistic father, because they feel that they still don't address their pain or their suffering or their sadness. So it's a futile practice actually. So what I told my student also, the one who was in therapy with me, after she told me all of this, I told her that you didn't have to go and speak with your mother. Now that she's done it, personally, she has an experience. Earlier also I told her that it will not be of much use because the other person is not going to, if they admit it, if the other person admits it, it shows that their upbringing was wrong. And they don't want to accept that their upbringing had any fault or any loopholes or anything wrong in it. Okay? They don't want to accept that, yes, we did not protect you enough. They did not want to accept that we did not make you feel safe, or we did not make you feel loved. We did not allow you that freedom of expression, or that freedom that you could walk up to us and tell us if somebody was troubling you. And even if you're doing it now, after 2 decades or 3 decades, they still do not want to address that little child who's still mad, angry, upset. Or forget about mad, angry, upset, the child is hurt, the child is in pain, the child is wounded. So I told my student that there will never be any result from doing this. The confrontation, a lot of people go through it, and then when they feel worse, they feel more drained, then they get into therapy because they realize that it's not going to heal, it's not going to solve the problem. So then the same parents who are also victims, who also don't know much, because there is this narrative which has been pushed into the reality, the societal reality for such a long time, that we are weak. We are weak, we don't have energy, or we don't have the potential, or we lack. So the language of lack and limitation has been promoted really well. And then because dark age is also called Kali Yuga, it's also called material age. Dark age is all about materialistic things, all about materialistic things. So when the parents actually work very hard, they work very hard. Both the parents are working hard, both the parents are going to work. They are not around, they cannot be around the child. And they're taking a lot of humiliation, or maybe they're going through a lot, which is why they say that I did the best for you. I did everything for you. I worked very hard for you. They say that. Many of them say that. And when they tell their stories about how difficult their office life was, or how much competition was there, or maybe they had their own challenges, maybe they were not able to speak great English, or they did not have enough things, but they just went into that environment because they had to bring money in. They had to bring money in and give it to the school. Obviously it's not going for the child, it's going for the school, it's going for the expensive lifestyle. So they don't question the fancy schools, they don't question the materialistic things. Like the other day, a friend of mine called me up and she told me that she is getting her daughter admitted into school, and how difficult it's been for her to get a good school for the daughter. And I asked her why. She's like, every good school asks for donation, a big initial fee that you have to pay. And that's not a part of school fees. That's not a part of anything. It just goes into thin air, basically. And I was talking to my own self after that. I mean, despite all of this, despite knowing that this is such a corrupt practice, so many parents are actually trying so hard, working so hard, convincing the principals or the teachers or whosoever is in the school administration, please take my child, please take my child. They don't think that if somebody is practicing this way, some kind of corrupt practice is happening, already the schools are charging fee, already the schools are taking tuition fee and this fee and that fee, then why do they need to take extra hidden admission fee or donation fee? And if you send your child to such an institution which is so business-minded, so cutthroat, so poisonous, so toxic, what is the child going to learn? This and many... Such a toxic environment is created for the child, such a competitive environment is created for the child, and still year upon year passes by and we see more and more children getting into this type of trap. Now, if you have gone through that type of childhood, if you have gone through that type of lifestyle, a lot of people would not want to have kids, in their adulthood. And if they do, then they need to be conscious and aware. But still, many people are scared of going against the tide. It's like you can be very successful, but you cannot be all of your success that you know in your heart. What is success actually? Success is very simple. You just feel that you've achieved something. That's it. But so many people in today's world, so many children actually are getting programmed, and so were you programmed to believe or to feel that no matter what you do, you are not an achiever. You need to do more and more and more and more and more and more. Every day you need to do more. I know people who have achieved a lot. I know people who have done many great things, but they are programmed, they're subconsciously programmed, their mind is wired in such a way that they always feel that they are not doing anything worthwhile in their life. Because when they were children, no matter what they did, they could never go up to the adults around them to tell them that this is what I learned or this is what I know. Or if they did also, the reaction or the response that came from the other side was never that amazing or that motivating. Now we teach some underprivileged children. Following my mission given by Source, Lord God Almighty, Lord Shri Ram and Sita, my masters, I feel a pull towards underprivileged children. I feel a pull towards animals, and I feel like doing something for them, and whatever, under their grace and under their protection, love and guidance, actually they should get all the credit. We do whatever we can do. But then this makes me feel like today I got this message, this download, that why all these people who are in the ascension journey, why these people are doing so well in the ascension journey. So they told me because they were underprivileged children. So I said, well, they were not underprivileged children. They come from good background. Some of them, they went to school, they went to college. So I was told that they felt like underprivileged children. They felt like they were not privileged enough. And that comes from programming. That comes from how you're raised by your adults. I know some of you will feel a bit of anger, but towards the end of this session, I will also share some things with you that will make you feel more relaxed and easy. That will make you feel like, all right, so what, this happened and I can still be successful and I can still get whatever I deserve to get. I am worthy enough. That message should be given to you, would be given to you. So when I'm working with underprivileged children, when I'm spending time with them, we actually try to create an environment for them, an atmosphere for them, in which they feel safe, protected, and in which they are acknowledged, in which they are told how good they are. And it doesn't matter. I mean, we also are very disciplined about certain things. We teach them discipline, we teach them punctuality, we teach them self-grooming, self-care. We also, enjoy with them, we dance with them, we sing with them. We do all of those things with them. But at the same time, I keep discussing this with my other teacher, that we need to create a safe haven for them, because this energy is what they're going to carry forward with them. And if they get this energy now, no matter where they come from, maybe they come from very poor homes, or they come from places where they have to work very hard throughout the day, or they come from places where they have, abusive parents, or parents are getting drunk and this and that. Let me tell you, a lot of people think that it's the underprivileged children whose families have addiction patterns or problems or drug issues or poverty consciousness. Actually, it's everywhere. Even in middle class family I've seen it, even in rich families I've seen it. Very rich people also pass on lessons of poverty to their kids. Very rich people also have alcohol issues. There are parents who are drinking up and they are fighting, they are hitting each other, and the child is watching all that. There is infidelity. So the underprivileged children, some of them tell me that my father doesn't drink or smoke at all. And they say it with a lot of pride. While there's another child who says, my father drinks a lot, and they drink and then they fight and then they get angry. I feel the type of children I am working with right now, they're actually much more blessed and privileged, because one good thing about their parents is that their parents are honest and their parents are very hardworking. Because if they were not honest and hardworking in today's world, they would not be so poor. In today's world, they work very hard. They're basically laborers' children, most of them. So they are getting this upbringing now, which we are very consciously giving to them, thinking that if we can create a haven, we can just create a place for them where they can be themselves. Even if they jump, even if they come in just doing things, or just sharing things that I made this or I made that, we always tell them good, nice. We acknowledge it. It's all about acknowledging. Sometimes you might say, no, this is not correct. Sometimes you might say, you can do it better. But we give them that attention. So I remember there's this girl, I'm going to give you this really interesting example. So there's this girl in the class. She's always distracted. She's always making noise. She's always talking to other kids around. And she's always not studying, just doing random things. And other kids also complain that, she's disturbing me and this and that. So one fine day, we told her that you cannot come to the class because you distract everyone, you disturb everyone. So you sit outside the class today. And then my other teacher, the co-teacher, she asked one of the kids, she said to one of the kids that tell her mother to visit me, because now it's high time we need to talk to the mother. We need to ask the mother why the child is like this, why the child is always distracted, always noisy, always disinterested. What is the reason? And one of the kids just said randomly, oh, this girl's mother, she ran away with someone long back. So basically there's no mother. Nobody's taking care of her. Nobody is helping her out. Nobody is around for her. And as soon as I heard this, we felt this deep sense of, I don't know, some kind of loss, some kind of sadness. And the next time she came in, I asked her to come to me. I made her sit on my lap and I told her that you're very beautiful, you're a lovely child, you're a lovely girl. And then I asked all of the kids to clap for her. And when the kids were clapping for her, there's nothing special she had done that day. She was just looking at everyone like this, in awe and wonder. She was thinking that why are these people clapping for me? Why are these kids clapping for me? Because usually she's always disturbing other kids. You know, that was one day when she was actually very attentive in the class. She was quiet, attentive. She did all of her work and she was in, for some time she was in a daze. She was like shocked. So now whenever she makes noise or she's distracting others, I just tell her to stand in front of the class and I tell class, please clap for her. Just for being herself. And after all of the clapping, when she goes back, she's back paying attention. That is like a child's cry for attention, distracting others, disturbing others, talking to others. And then there are some kids who get too much attention, too much pampering, too much love. They just come and trouble other kids or they're just bullying other kids around. So I'm just giving you these examples to make you understand how important it is to get acknowledgement, to get appreciation, to get the right amount of love and to also be disciplined. In my therapy, some of the people have openly told me on my faces that I love it when you scold me. I want you to scold me. I want you to tell me where I'm wrong. You know why? Because nobody in my whole life without any materialistic need has ever scolded me or told me I'm wrong or right. People have only done it because they had some vested self-interest. So what do we do now? We can reprogram this mind. To reprogram our mind, it's like you need to, remove the old program. It's just like a computer program. Every computer runs on different programs, right? You put in that particular program, give it the command and it starts working. But a lot of people are not able to change it because it has to be a very conscious effort. It has to come from awareness. This channeling is to tell you, it's a short channeling, this much only. This channeling is to tell you that you can reprogram your mind, reprogram your life, rewire your life. You can become a better version of yourself. But to do that, first and foremost, you need to be aware that you did not get the correct upbringing or some correct attention that you should have received. And then you need to also forgive those people who are not able to give you that. People who are not able to provide you with the right guidance, the right tools, because they themselves are not aware. Okay, so they don't know. They're gonna get angry with you, even if deep inside their heart they know that what they did was not the apt thing to do, but they're not gonna accept it because it will hurt them. It will hurt their ego. Ego is a very tangible thing. Sometimes it becomes a tangible thing because it leads to so much drama and no results. The people who are egotistical, they can do anything or say anything just to prove that what they believe in is correct. So we need to actually not give attention to these type of egotistical talks or egotistical behavior patterns. I will see you in the next video. One love, peace out and Victory to Ram.